Alright, bring y'all the reaction. I was watching this. Shouts out to It Is What It Is. Cam Mace, um, Treasure Wilson, but they call her Stat. Shout out to y'all as always. You know what I'm saying? I mess with the show heavily. I like that point of views, and I like when Stat gives her opinions too as well. And it's just a show. Makes me all over the place like myself, but um, he be having some good points. And this one I wanted to tap in because it touched bases with what I be talking about all the time, kinda. And they was hitting some things on like women and just picking guys and trying to pick the right one. And it's hard to, you know what I'm saying? It's like trying to get the right guy. And for my black women, understanding that you're in competition. So not only are you in competition with fellow sisters, but you're in competition with every other race that's out there. And especially with white, Caucasian, however you want to put it, they're out there competing too. And they like black men too. And they want to be out there and they're going to go over and beyond. They're going to bring the poster board. They're going to be out there in college time. I'm talking about before they put their claim in early. They put their claim in super early. So if you thinking that with the numbers being down, men being outnumbered by women, y'all outnumbering the men, and then they only you looking for a good one. You got competition, and the competition is going over and beyond. I'm talking about doing things that you wouldn't think of, and trying to stay relevant. Cause they know that the competition is heavy. They know what they competing against, so they gonna come all out, guns a blazing. They not coming out looking for it. They coming out shooting first, and then looking. Like nah. So that's what y'all gotta understand, and that's why I put this video on. And then afterwards, we gonna dive into a little bit more into what they was talking about in context. But just in marriage in general and all of that is what they, you know what I'm saying, like getting married young, getting married at a certain age, and they gonna get their input, and we're gonna sit back and watch it and let it flow. I think it's like 5 minutes long or whatever, which ain't that long, but they definitely gonna dive into it, and we gonna sit back and I got it already queued up, and let them go in, say what they gonna say, and we gonna touch back.
You know, with the season that we're in, the women are just really good at the guys they're picking, right? Even when we were talking about earlier about Chloe, like they're picking the right guys, you know. And nowadays, I just think women wasn't this good in the guys they picked, or was they ever this good, Killer? In the guys they picked.
Yeah, it was good. It was a lot. I mean, it's just, you know what it is, but there wasn't a lot of social media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to think about this, right? And I'm just saying it like it is because my favorite player all the time. But you marry Michael Jordan and then you divorce him in 6 weeks. You file for a divorce in 6 weeks after. Come on. Get right or wrong.
That's smooth.
It's kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? I just think there wasn't a lot of social media. We're looking at somebody like, and I hate to keep, I'm learning to try to stay away from this, but it's always in our face for us. We're looking at Scottie Pippen's baby mama. Yeah, man, it was going on. It was just.
It was picking the right.
Yeah, exactly. But it just wasn't a lot of, you couldn't go straight to the point with your Instagram or your Snapchat or your TikTok. So yeah, I believe it was going on.
Yeah, that would be my take, you know. I hope that the relationship works out well. But it normally works out better if the man is slightly a little bit older than the woman versus the woman being older than the man. That kind of always screams her kind
What
of
do y'all think about that?
grooming him. Not that Alexis is doing this, but when a woman is normally older, she's picking a guy that she can navigate. She's picking a guy that she can mold into the man that she want him to be. And most times it's better if the guy can be the teacher of the woman.
What y'all think about that? Y'all like his take as far as the man doing it, being the oldest and being the teacher, or the woman being the teacher? It's crazy. Like, how do y'all feel about that for real? Like, do y'all really feel about like the man being the one to be the one to lead and was supposed to be the one to lead anyways, but the one to mold and to show new things and stuff like that and the progress of how you want instead of the woman being the one molding. That was interesting, you know what I mean? Just to hear his take on that as far as what he think. But let me see.
Now we're going back to ages, but I know you see 19 and 25, like, there. I mean, y'all know I went to Miami, there's very much 30-year-olds in my class, like, there's a range. So, one, how they met is important. Two, my thing is, as long as he doesn't fumble the bag, as long as he continues to play well, because he's one of the most looked at names, I can't give you exact stats and exact rankings compared to the other wide receivers, but I know he's done pretty good being on Alabama's team. If he feels like marriage is right for him, because also, there's a lot of people who are like that, especially at, I would say, like, southern colleges.
Yeah.
And a lot of them do get married early.
Yeah.
Like, to other places that seems crazy, but a lot of the people who went to, like, Louisiana or went to school...
Y'all think about that. Men in the South get married
Like, that was it.
early, or people in the South.
People did. So if he feels like that makes sense for him, he continues to play well, and I know she has a child, and to Cam's point, we brought up the conversation with Cam Newton and him saying women lose value based on the amount of children that they have. He's also probably thinking, look, I'm lit right now,
and she's considered, I consider her a YW, as far as her age range, and she's giving her point of view, and she's from Florida, from the South. So she's giving her input as far as what she sees. She's been in the college life. She did her years in college in Florida. So, you know what I mean? For you. So she's done been there. Now her sister's doing the same thing. So she's still in that, goes there to the game, just like Michael Irvin. She's a part of it still, so she still sees it, and she has friends that's like, she's can't them people about 23 or something like that, and around that age, so she's young, and she has was able to get into this field and be able to have a platform like this early. So like she always says, she's thankful or whatever, but she's giving her point of view as far as a younger. They're older, and they're giving their older point of view, and she's giving her younger point of view. So that's why I picked this one, because you have the age range is so much different, and you can see points of views from where she's coming from, and as a female's point of view too, and what she's talking about. So, you know,
good amount of money. I'm going to take care of whatever you take care of because I care about you. So if you want to get married, so be it.
Yeah, I think this is a natural thing that happens a lot in college, but it normally happens with different nationalities. It doesn't happen a lot with young black guys. It's normally it does.
And I'm saying he's from Mobile, Alabama. I know so many people
Her point of view.
who are married.
How many of your black girlfriends are married at under 25?
I know more black men than black women.
That's what I was.
Like, a lot of the black men are married to white women. A lot of my black
competition, ladies.
Also, their parents aren't going for that. Like, their parents are probably going to tell them no. Black men usually.
And that's what I'm saying. And your parents are telling you as a woman, no, not to. As a black woman, no, don't do that. See?
That's what I think, though. That's based off of my experience.
Yeah, I think shout out to them, because
black men are getting married earlier, and they're getting married to other races than the black woman.
Long as he's focused, it should work out, you know. I just think when it comes to marriage and you having babies outside of that marriage, the dynamic is always different based on who the child's father is, right? As long as the child's father is good, then it should work out. But if the child's father is a YN, then that could complicate things. But I'm not here to get any business. I'm here to stay with the sports.
Well, we are getting their business because we talking about their relationship.
No, I'm talking about the dynamic. The dynamics will be anybody that's 19 with a 26-year-old that have a child, or a 25-year-old with someone else. I think that's the dynamic, because think about him if he goes to the NFL and does very well. Now he's playing in the NFL, and the child's father got to know where the child is. He got to know where the house is. He got to have access to your house. And I don't know many guys, as they get elite, want another guy to have that much access to their house and their lifestyle.
Yeah, what I would say is this. I want to know when they met. Because if this not where, when? Because if the shoe was on the other foot, they were like, well, I was a 24-year-old with a 17-year-old.
On the man part, yeah.
And well, I was even little. Was he 15? She was 21? If the shoe was on the other foot, it'd be crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking it or whatever I'm talking about as far as that. But I'm just saying, if the shoe was on the other foot, it'd be an investigation on how long they been dating, so on and so forth.
Especially with his celebrity background.
Alright, I would say that's also why I think it's situational, because also, like, I have so many, like, direct examples. Also, at my school, there was a cheerleader who was 20, and her boyfriend was a football player, and he was the kicker, and he was 30.
That's legal still, though.
But that's both legal.
Well, 19.
I'm saying 19 is legal. That's what I said. When did they meet?
Oh, like you're saying before then?
Yeah,
okay.
He didn't obviously didn't meet her when he was 19.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Did he meet her when he was 16?
Yeah.
Or 17? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so 19 is legal, but that's when they're announcing it.
Mm-hmm.
What if he was 15 when he met her and she was 21? And the shoe was on the other foot. That's what I was trying to imply to. This is a shout out to Jaden Daniels' mother. You know, let's shout out real quick, man, because at the end of the day, this is the shit that Jaden Daniels' mother is trying to keep him away from.
And I do think that it's more lenient with the guys. Like, they're gonna be like, "Well, you bring home, okay, we accept it, whatever." But your daughter, you gonna be like, "Nah, we put him through the ringer."
When you're 19, right, and you got a girlfriend, a lot of times you're not gonna be with that girl. So you have love stories that go on, and you could be, and not wishing out nobody. I'm just saying you haven't really experienced it, especially when you're an athlete and entertainer, right? I remember, and I had probably one of the best girlfriends in the world. I ended up being my child's mother at 19 years old. I was an asshole. I fucked that up. I was dumb. She's a great woman, college degree, smart, pretty, everything else. I just didn't see the world and know that that's probably what I needed, longevity, but I messed it up. But more of the stories, you're going to see a lot of things that you didn't see when you're a 19-year-old superstar. Man, what happened to your childhood, sweetheart?
Oh, man, I outgrew up.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I think even
when you're older, I outgrew my last situation. And they were trying to tell me, because I got a kid with him, and they were trying to tell me about my son, and I'm like, he gonna have multiple girlfriends. It's like him said, you're not gonna, the girl you get now, you might not be with her, you know what I'm saying, especially when you get to high school, when you go to high school, college. We in middle school right now, we're talking about him liking girls. Yeah, he gonna like girls, he's on the phone, he's talking to me, like, he's gonna talk to a lot of girls, he's gonna be in a lot of situations.
How do you try to grow your child, sweetheart? What does that mean?
I think when we were going to college, when I was about to go to college, I knew she was going to Syracuse. I knew I was going somewhere else, so ain't no need acting like we're gonna be together. We're probably not gonna be together.
Gotcha.
I was in dog mode.
Yeah, well, I was like, no, I'm not trying to be funny, because sometimes that's a great point. I wanted you to be more specific, but you're gonna leave it there. Like, when you say I'll grow,
yeah.
Sometimes it's like, when we're in the business that we're in, if you're not understanding, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
You just gotta know what comes with you're almost when Mason's level of superstardom at that, or was about to be at that time. You're almost equivalent to a truck driver. You're not going to be home. He's on the road. He's busy. He's going to be on the road 290 days out of 365 days. And you got to realize he's probably, listen, I'm not exaggerating. You know, what did you want to call Chris Brown, Drake? He was one of them niggas at the time. So every female is trying to get with him. You got to have tough skin for that. You have to have real tough skin. And I didn't know if his girl didn't have tough skin or whatever.
Yeah, and shout out to her because she was like a really good person. Her family was really good to me. They helped me do a lot of things. Like even to this day, I think we were really cool. Being a family is really cool. I mean, every aspect of my life, I feel like she helped me and contributed to my life and to my success. So shout out to her.
Right, that's what's up. Look, we'll be right back. We're going to talk about shortage.
So basically, you know what I mean? Like I said, they come full circle, man. Me myself, I feel like I'm more stricter on my daughter than I am on my son. So with the guys getting married earlier than the women, I can understand that, especially in our households. And that's what I'm saying, our households. It's different. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a dad in the household, he's definitely going to be grounded. He's going to try to maintain both boy and girl, but the boy's gonna be a little bit more. He gonna be a little bit more lenient on what he can do as far as the girls and as far as the daughter with the boys. But you have to let them dibble and dabble both. But you're gonna be more on the girl than the boy. And if he comes and tell you you want to talk to him, and but if that's your decision, even with the female, that's your decision. Then, but I'm gonna try to sway you off of that more than him. You know what I mean? That's why I kind of feel that the men are getting married down in the South more than the females are getting married down there because of the attention that you're getting. Like I'm telling you, they're coming. And when you, like I told my the mother of my kid, like if he does what he's supposed to do, maintain himself, work at his craft, he's going to become something that the females are going to be running and getting phone calls, and that's going to be your job as like a Jaden Daniels mother, is to keep them back and keep them off. Yeah, but it's me to talk to him about it and let him know you're going to have you want him to fall in love and find no he's not. You need to tell him to stick and move. Keep moving. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. You ain't got to stick a lot of time. Just keep moving. Because that's what they want. And just like the hustle, just like the kind of thing, you gotta watch out for that too. Because it's all type of situations. You gotta watch out for people telling you, saying that you did something to them that you didn't, or just saying like the Tupac or the Mike Tyson, just bringing somebody back to your room and they late night, we going back to my hotel late night and we ain't supposed to, you think we ain't gonna do nothing? Like, why are you coming here for? What's the whole point? Like, nah. So, and then they get up into a whole big, you know what I'm saying, what's the name? Well, she know what it was, but regardless, you still, man, like, I'm not gonna force myself upon nobody, but you know that you messed around and did it, and now you wanna say something that happened that didn't happen. Or I forced myself upon you, you gave me like all these things that you have to take apart and mentalize and put together, because a lot of this stuff is coming for the young youth that's are athletes or have some type of talent, and it's going to be recognized, especially when you get into that college. It's going to be recognized in high school, but in college it's going to be crazy. They're going to be coming. And you have the ones that's going to be out there with the pick signs, bringing the cupcakes, bringing baked cakes, bringing cookies, sending you cash app, anything you want, going to go get your clothes, take it to the cleaners, running your errands. They're going to be doing, and it's going to be more than one. And it's not going to be a black girl, because they feel like they have standards, they have morals, you do have those things, but as long as it ain't compromising your standards and morals, you should be okay. Bringing somebody some cookies because you mess with them, holding up a sign with their number on it because you like them and because you're trying to get their attention or because you've been dealing with them is okay. Like, don't feel like, I'm not stupid. I know that he been talking to such and such. No, you in competition. You want to get him too. She want to get him too. But she's just going harder than you. You think because you're cute and you bat your eyes, that he gonna go for you. Nah, they don't work like that. So definitely, man. Like I always say, man. They picking, they choosing, fellas. They beautiful. Some of them is smart. Some of them know what they got going on, and some of them got a objective, and they trying to accomplish it. And you might be on their list. So just pay attention, man, and know what you're getting yourself into, and know that ladies know that. For my sisters, you're not the only one trying to get a brother. You're not the only one realizing that there's a shortage, realizing that there are some of the best men that you can have, realizing that it's not something that you need, but it's something that you should want, and it's something that if you get a good one, understand that he's a good one. Understand that good ones fuck up too, and if he fucks up, don't just try to replace him because you're going to be doing the same thing. And best believe the one holding up the sign is going to be the one waiting too, because it's a shortage everywhere. And right now, that copper color is what's in. So I just wanted to touch bases, man, and give y'all another reaction. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me, locking in as always. And y'all know, man, Sundays, man, maybe be at 1 o'clock. We might change it for all the churchgoers and things like that, man. Y'all should be in church kind of early and getting out around there because football games and things like that is coming on. But I don't want to be going in. It'll last all year round, and football season is over with right now. But I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, when it does dibbling into that, you know what I mean? But views is views, man, and I know y'all ain't got to watch it at that time. Y'all can always go back, double back, and watch it later on or whatever, man. But that's when it's going to be premiering. That's when it's going to be showing, and that's when you can catch it when everybody else is catching it at the same time. But as always,